Hey guys and welcome! So, as you saw by the title of today's video, we're gonna talk about test range, which is quite disappointing in my not so humble opinion. It came to the game with the December update, even though I personally already said it, but I'm gonna repeat it. I think it should have been there day one to allow players for testing out all of the weapons when they actually got into the game and started playing it to see how the guns work. But honestly, this wouldn't make much difference because the current state of test range is simply atrocious, and the design process behind it, the whole idea of test range, how it looks like and how it functions, is just bizarre to me at this point. And by no means. I do not intend to disrespect anyone working on test range or generally someone coming up with the concept, but it feels like the person responsible for actually coming up with test range idea for Battlefield 5 has little connection to Battlefield as an actual player. Because it might be the case that someone working on designing Battlefield isn't actually playing the game. It's not a requirement. It's literally the same way as if you would be working in Mercedes and you would assume that everyone working in Mercedes actually drives a Mercedes. I'll be completely honest, I have no idea how game design works. I have no idea how much time it actually takes to create test range. I don't, but I can tell that this test range in Battlefield 5 is the exact opposite of what we wanted. And what is even worse, we've had much better test range in Battlefield 4, which came out 5 years ago. 5 years! And we've had better test range than we have in 2018. Why? If you tried playing it yourself, you already know what I'm talking about, but if you guys haven't, just to give you a perspective, we have a section of the whole map specifically for driving a car on time. You go through checkpoints and you get the best score. I mean, you can beat your own scores and race with your friends, but like, why do you need to learn how to drive a car quickly in a Battlefield game where you're not focused on using cars? Why not put vehicles there, which are actually quite important to know how to maneuver with them, because really your life on a Battlefield depends on it. Same with this shooting range, the trial for shooting. Like, you guys are seeing it right now. You can have 4 weapons out of, I don't know, 40 in the game right now? Only 4? And you can just shoot those bobs, how they call it in the game, but like, really, what is the point behind it? Your skill is not going to improve if you keep shooting them, because first, real targets are not moving, second, real targets are actually shooting back, and third, you're not standing in one place in a perfect scenario just aiming for one headshot. You're not doing it in a real game. Why not give us a tool, or, well, I don't know how to call it, but certain part of the test range where we can actually learn useful things such as recoil control, developing muscle memory to snap on the targets quickly. Like, those are the core things which should be implemented into test range if we want to have a feature called shooting range. If not, just put a blank wall without anything on it and let players actually shoot the wall so that they can see what is the recoil of the weapon and how to counter control it. I mean, counter it to control it, I'm sorry. What about vehicles, you might ask? Can you try them out? Can you try different specializations, different types of vehicles? Can you learn how to drive with those? Well, you only have one tank and one anti-aircraft. Even though every single vehicle in Battlefield 5 is different. What's even more absurd is that you cannot even customize them. You cannot do customization for the vehicles within the test range, so you have the default specializations which are implemented when you just hop into the game on level 0, and that's all you're able to learn from. Like, what? The same thing goes for planes. You're not able to customize those, and also you're not able to pick the plane you like. You only have 2 options. Again, why? How much sense does it actually make? And what is completely bizarre to me within the test range is the fact that if you go here to test out the weapons, you cannot customize them. Even though DICE in fact has implemented the option to customize your weapon without leaving the server in the exact same update. It just doesn't work on test range, and it works on normal servers when you play Conquest, Breakthrough, Grand Operations. Every game mode has it. Test range does not. Like, how can you overlook such basic features? In all honesty, the current state of test range in Battlefield 5 as of the 8th of December 2018 when I'm recording this video is simply, I don't know, I cannot even understand it. I don't even know what to say. I've been defending this game since May, when all of these scandals and drama happened. I've been standing, defending the game every single time because I thought there is actually a proper idea behind how this game is supposed to look like. And there is, in certain parts, but in others, such as test range, it's simply a mess, which I cannot even understand and explain because I don't know what's happening. I don't want to drag this video forever and keep complaining, but I'll just say this. My personal thinking and understanding behind having a test range in any game is that it is an actual place for a player to learn how to use certain weapon or a vehicle, and I simply cannot understand how someone on the other side designing test range doesn't understand that you actually want all of the vehicles to be present in the test range. Like, it is a core function, it is something so logical that it shouldn't even be mentioned. Like, and we've had it 5 years ago. All we needed was someone opening Battlefield 4 test range and copying all of the functions from that game into Battlefield 5. That's all we needed. And instead, we got something that we never wanted. Like, what's the point? Anyway guys, let me know down in the comments what do you think about Battlefield 5 test range. And as always, if you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I see you on the Battlefield.